Hello everyone, this is Ariel Jones and I'm doing question number 4 for exam 3. I didn't really understand this one the first time I went through it. I think I tried to solve it a roundabout way. It didn't really work out. So after looking in the book and back at the resources, I figured out what you're actually supposed to use to solve it. And I wrote it all out for you on paper, so I'm going to go through it via the camera. Hope it doesn't flip it around. If not, I'll take a picture of it and upload it with the presentation if it's giving you it backwards. So the question was, find the exact value of cosine theta given sine theta equals -1/4. And cosine theta is in the third quadrant. So what we're going to use is the fundamental identity, which the fundamental identity is sine squared alpha plus cosine squared alpha equals 1. And that was the identity that I didn't really understand that's what it was asking for, but this is the simplest way to solve for it with what we're given. So we're going to plug into the sine 1/4, since that's what we're given. I mean, I omitted the negative, but since it's squared, it would just cancel to a positive anyway. But I put the 1/4 here plus cosine squared equals 1. Well, 1/4 squared is 1/16, which is 1 squared equals 1 over 4 squared equals 16. So that gives us 1/16 plus cosine squared alpha equals 1. So since we want to get all the numbers on one side and isolate cosine squared by itself, we're going to subtract the 1/16 from both sides. And the easiest way to do this is the 1. I treat it like the 1/1, so we can make that 16/16, which is still equates to 1/1, but that gives us the common denominator to subtract, which gives us cosine squared equals 15/16. Now, for this, we need to square both sides because we need to get cosine by itself because we're looking for cosine. We're not looking for cosine squared. So we're going to take the square root, which eliminates the squared on the cosine, but then it gives us a plus or minus the square root of 15/16, which we can square the bottom, which gives us 4, but we can't square the top. So we're just going to leave that one under square root, and it's plus or minus. Well, since we're told in the beginning of the problem that that cosine is in the third quadrant, I drew a little chart here with all the different quadrants. So if we look at the third quadrant, cosine is going to be negative. So that means we're going to go with the negative value of the 2, which gives us negative square roots of 15/4. And that is the exact value for cosine given sine equals theta of -1/4. So I hope that makes a lot more sense through using the fundamental identity, because that's a lot easier way to get to the questions than the roundabout way I was using. Hopefully that helped you. Thanks for watching.